The rain against the windows of this old farmhouse feels like a constant drumming, a funeral march for a life I no longer have. They said getting away would help. A new place, a new start. But every empty room just echoes the silence left behind by my daughter, Lily. This room was supposed to be hers. I can still picture her tiny bed right there, her stuffed animals lined up against the wall. It's quiet tonight, too quiet. Just the rain and the groaning of the old house. Wait, what was that? A scratching sound. Faint, but deliberate. It's coming from inside the wall. Probably just mice, or branches scraping against the siding. That has to be it. Press my ear against the floral wallpaper, cool and damp to the touch. The scratching stops. Now just the beat of my own heart in my ears. Then 3 quick knocks, clear as day. From the other side of the plaster. My blood runs cold. It wasn't the house settling. It was something answering back. I couldn't sleep after that. Every creak of the floorboards, every whisper of the wind felt like a presence in the room with me. The next day, desperate for a distraction, I decided to explore the attic. It was a tomb of forgotten things, draped in cobwebs and dust. Tucked away behind a stack of old trunks, I found a loose floorboard. Beneath it, a small hollow space, and inside, a box of old newspapers. The paper was yellowed and brittle, smelling of decay. One headline, dated October 1923, grabbed my attention. Mother barricades sick child in wall to save her soul. My breath caught in my throat. The article was short. Fever had swept through the county. A woman, convinced the illness was a demonic plague, sealed her 7-year-old daughter Elspeth inside a wall of the house to protect her from it. She claimed she was saving her soul. The authorities found the mother days later incoherent, but the child's body was never recovered. Beside the newspapers was a single tiny leather shoe, its buckle rusted shut, and a little wooden music box. I wound the key, and a tinny, haunting melody filled the attic air. As I looked around the crawl space, I saw them, deep, frantic gouges in the wood. Not from the outside, trying to get in, but from the inside, trying to get out. That night, sleep was impossible. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, every nerve on edge. Then I heard it. A faint humming sound. The same melody from the music box. But it wasn't coming from the attic. It was coming from right here, inside Lily's empty bedroom wall. The humming was a child's. Chills spiderwebbed down my spine. It was the lullaby I used to sing to her every night. Twinkle, twinkle. My heart hammered against my ribs. Grief and terror warred within me. Lily? I whispered, my voice trembling. The humming stopped, a moment of suffocating silence. Then a tiny whisper, thin as a spider's thread, slid out from the plaster. Mama, let me out. My sanity snapped. I screamed, scrambling out of the room, slamming the door behind me. But the whisper followed me. It was in the hallway, in the kitchen, in every shadow. Mama, why did you leave me? I had to get out. I grabbed my keys, threw open the front door, and ran to my car. I didn't care where I went, just away. I drove for what felt like hours, the tires skidding on the wet asphalt, the farmhouse shrinking in my rearview mirror. But after 20 minutes, through the curtain of rain, I saw it. The same gnarled oak tree, the same sagging fence, the farmhouse waiting for me at the end of the road. I had driven in a perfect circle. I tried again, taking a different turn, but the result was the same. The house wouldn't let me leave. Panic set in as I ran back inside, locking the door, as if that could keep the real danger out. That's when the lights went out, plunged into darkness, with only the flickering flame of a candle for light. The shadows danced and writhed. The hallway seemed to stretch on forever, the door at the end getting further away with every step I took. I ran towards it, flinging it open, only to find myself back in the same hallway I had just left. The wallpaper began to peel away from the walls, revealing dark, child-sized handprints underneath, stained into the wood. The scratching started again, louder now, more frantic. It turned into banging, a desperate, rhythmic pounding from within, and then sobbing, the heartbreaking sound of a child in despair. The voice was no longer a faint whisper. It was her. It was Lily's voice, perfectly, impossibly real. You left me too, it sobbed from the wall. Everyone leaves, but you can stay. Come stay with me, Mama. Forever. Grief is a ghost. It haunts the rooms of your heart. But this was different. This was my grief given form, a monster wearing my daughter's face. I huddled in the center of the living room, my flashlight beam cutting a nervous path through the oppressive darkness. The banging stopped. The sobbing ceased. The silence that followed was worse than any noise. All I could hear was a soft, rhythmic pulsing. Like a heartbeat. Or like breathing. My light found the source, the wall in the hallway. The wallpaper was rippling, moving in and out, like the chest of a sleeping giant. The plaster began to soften, to bubble and stretch like skin. A dark crack appeared, weeping a thick, black substance. It split open like a wound. From the inky blackness within, a hand emerged. Small, pale. The fingers were long and thin, the nails caked with dried plaster and something darker. It reached for me. My breath hitched in a sob. I scrambled backward, but my feet caught on something. The floorboards themselves seemed to grab my ankles, holding me fast. My flashlight beam wavered, illuminating the cavity in the wall. It wasn't empty. Old, forgotten toys lay scattered amongst a pile of small, brittle bones. And in the darkness behind the reaching hand, I saw them. 2 sets of eyes, gleaming like polished stones. One pair was filled with a century of lonely rage. The other pair was Lily's, full of love and sorrow and a terrifying invitation. The wall opened wider, and the whispers of 100 lost children swirled around me. My scream was swallowed by the darkness as the small hand found mine. Its grip was cold, but it felt familiar. The sun is shining today. For sale sign on the lawn looks bright and optimistic. A young family is touring the house, their laughter echoing where my screams once did. The realtor is giving her pitch. It's been fully renovated, she says with a practiced smile. A steal, really. No history of any issues. The couple nods, impressed. But their little girl, no older than Lily was, stops in the hallway. She frowns, tilting her head, her eyes fixed on the freshly painted wall. She tugs on her mother's sleeve. "Mommy?" she asks, her voice small and clear. "Who's that in the wall?" And from deep within the house, a faint scratching begins again. Slow, patient, eternal. Some griefs don't stay buried, they wait. Inside the walls for someone new to love. For someone new to join them. Thank you so much for listening. If this story sent a chill down your spine, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the shadows. Stay safe out there and always check your walls.